What's happening, guys? Welcome back to the channel and another GT-R restoration video. So if you guys have been following along, you guys know that we've been putting in some good work in this thing, and a lot of metal fabrication work has been getting done, and it is coming out absolutely beautiful. I really encourage you guys to go check out some of the content if you have not been keeping up with it. It's been pretty cool. We're actually on the home stretch. I guess we're on the home stretch. Although there is still quite a lot to be done, we're at that point where I kind of feel comfortable to say that we're at the point where we see the end of the tunnel, at least for the metal fabrication part. So once that part gets to an end, we'll be at the point of assembly, and you guys know that's the most exciting part to a build. So you guys told me in the last video that you really enjoyed the type of editing style that it was, so we're gonna go ahead and keep up with that same style in today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed just as much. Today is actually Thanksgiving, so hopefully you guys had yourself a good one when you're watching this. But with all that being said, let's just go ahead and hop into working on the car.
Alright guys, so for the first repair today, we have something that to me personally looked pretty insignificant, and at first I was actually about to just delete this whole entire bracket altogether, until I found out what it was for. After the one spot weld was drilled out, popped right off, and we can see right here where our problem is. Now that it's removed, the first thing to do is to drill out the pre-existing broken off stud. So the reason for this, actually, for those that are curious, was to actually hold up the exhaust heat shield. That makes perfect sense. Now think about it, it's in the exact spot. But if you guys are curious, that's what it's for. Apparently, it's a pretty common thing. So if you guys are trying to hold your heat shield up with a tack screw, this is probably why. So with this piece all complete, all that's left to do is install it back in the car. However, we need to do a couple little things before we do so. As you can see, the floor itself is just pretty hammered up right here, so a quick little hammer dolly work straightens it right back up. While in the area, I saw a couple rust holes that needed to be taken care of. So let's go ahead and do that. It appears that I can't leave absolutely anything alone, so even this dent in the trunk or the boot for my overseas viewers, we're going to take care of that. So now that those two little tasks are complete, it's now time to move on to something a little bit more exciting, a little bit more visually pleasing to the eye, right? So you guys might notice that we're missing some parts back here. So I actually a long time ago removed this back parcel panel. It required a little bit of cleanup, some rust in between the seams and whatnot. And like I said, you know, I'm going this far with the car, I might as well do everything I can just to make sure that I don't miss absolutely anything. So with my Cleco clips, it made it very, very easy to install this panel exactly where it came off from, which is very important because you do not want your taillights to be in different spots than they originally were, right? That would be bad. So with that all clamped in place, you guys can see it's now ready for some welding. With that job done, you guys know it. On to the next. While working back here, one thing I found a little bit interesting was the amount of effort that whoever painted this car in Japan went through. Now they took all the panels off, the taillights, the bumpers, everything was removed just to paint this car, and they painted over so much rust. I just don't understand the effort and why they went through what they did. Again, it is what it is, right? It's just crazy to think about sometimes. So you guys see it. We're moving on to the next part of the restoration. Now you guys might be curious as to what these parts of the car are. Now they actually hold the rear license plate bracket on. They have a little bit of an embossed area where you guys can see, and for whatever reason, they just rusted away. Both sides completely rotted out. My license plate, I just pulled it off of the car, and it just pulled the whole bracket off. So obviously we're missing some metal there to go ahead and weld the bracket back on. So the only thing left to do is to go ahead and make some replacements. So went ahead and made a template, went to the bead roller, and did our best attempts. And this is actually my first try. I probably could have made it again and got a little bit more perfect. You guys kind of know how I am. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, but stuff like this, stuff where you're really not going to see it, or it's not going to make absolutely any difference whether it's 99% or 100% perfect, I decided to just leave it, rock with it. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be more than okay. So with that piece finally cut off, a weird focal point also by the camera. Got the piece fitted up and in place. So now just quick final trim, get it absolutely perfect, lined up how we want it, absolute flush fit. You guys know the deal. Last thing left to do, let's go ahead and get it welded up. But before we do that, let me go and show you. Just enjoy this. I'm gonna stop talking. You guys can see how I go ahead and make myself a template and make myself a replacement piece. Check it out. So after I whipped up both the replacement pieces, at this point it's now time to get them in their spot, and after I sit back and look at it for a long time just to make sure I'm happy with everything. And again, this is just so insignificant. None of this will ever be seen. None of this even really matters. To be quite honest, you could have definitely just put two flat pieces of metal in this place, but here I am. Obviously I got to make a one-to-one repair, right? So it is what it is. I'm pretty happy with the way they turned out, excuse me. And now all that's left is just to get them final fitted, welded up. But of course, I run out of welding gas. Figures.
Man, you guys can see we are making some really good progress on this thing. I'm really pleased with how things are turning out. We are now finally coming to, I guess, the final stretch of the whole metal fabrication, and I guess just rust repair, everything all along those lines, and chassis work. We're getting pretty close to the end, which is it's very exciting. Obviously still plenty to do, but look, hey man, one step at a time. If you guys missed any of the previous content going over and working on this whole area, as you guys can see, this is coming out extremely well. This whole spot back here, all finished up, looking beautiful, as just a couple little spots I need to work on still, but everything up here is looking absolutely beautiful. So much work, as you guys know, has gone into just this part of the car, along with literally every square inch of this thing. I have gone through every single layer of this car, every nook and cranny. Some of you guys may be thinking, oh, well, he's gonna miss some spot, he won't be able to see everything. Guys, please tell me where I can't see something, you know what I'm saying? Brand new, as you guys can see it from Nissan, the part number sticker still there, frame rails. I mean, this thing is looking so good. Everything under here has been touched. If you guys have not seen the content, I'll do like a whole kind of a wrap up and a full build, obviously, video when the time comes to do so. And I might do one once like the fabrication work is done. But at the moment, if you guys haven't seen the content and don't know what has been done, I highly recommend you guys check it out, because there has just been endless amounts of work and it has come such a far way from where we started. It's pretty incredible. For those that aren't aware, you already know we got brand new OEM quarter panels. Shout out to Stacked Exports right there. It's gonna be an absolutely rust-free car, and I'm really excited. I can't wait to show you guys everything, all the things left to do, because once we get the metal fab stuff done, we get into the exciting stuff. Although the metal stuff is exciting, don't get me wrong, it's pretty cool to like build stuff and turning it into something brand new after it's looking pretty rough. But you guys know, I mean, you guys know the assembly process of a car is always the most exciting. So we'll be getting to that point here sooner than later, I believe. I mean, yes, I know it's hard to think and see that, but compared to the amount of work that I put into it, we are now finally at the home stretch. Everything back here is coming out really nice. I'm really pleased with how things are coming. For my first attempt and just making them one time and just throw them in, those pieces came out perfectly fine. Unfortunately, I ran out of welding gas, so that's kind of why I have came to a complete halt. It is Thanksgiving today, and obviously nowhere is going to be open to fill the bottle. So that's all good. We're going to go ahead and chill out, call it for today. But yeah, you guys can see what we started with. Obviously a whole lot better what we got now. So we'll go ahead and get that final welded up. The rear panel itself is pretty close to being final welded, and then we're gonna go ahead in the next video. I know I did say we'll be tossing some primer, but by the time that happens, we'll still be a few days, and I don't want to keep you guys waiting for a video for that much longer. So that's gonna be it for today. Next video, we're gonna see some paint go on this thing, and I hope you guys are looking forward to it as much as I am. It's funny, I actually reached out to Nissan and was like, hey, look, you know, hey, been a fan, right? Like, I've owned a few of your cars. That's literally like the only vehicle I've owned. I've probably owned like 15 Nissans, probably 10 of them being 240s. But anyway, I reached out to them. I was like, hey man, like, look, doing this, doing that. I'm working on this car. I'm restoring the Skyline. Would you guys maybe be interested in doing some like a collab or partnership or some sort of like, can I be an ambassador or something along the lines of like, can I just get some support from you guys? You know what I'm saying? And they said no. Yeah. Basically, they just said that we're not doing anything like that. Like, they don't do any sort of like brand ambassadors or partnership things, which is false. But anyway, that's fine. Like, I'm not gonna get into an argument about them, but that's fine. Like, I tried, right? Like, I gave it a shot. Maybe I'll call them. That would actually be a kind of funny video. I don't know who I can get in touch with. You know, I feel like Nissan USA is maybe not the people I need to get in touch with. I feel like USA Japan maybe might be, but like, I can't speak Japanese. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, I just thought it'd be funny to at least give it a shot and see what they say. But yeah, they shut me down pretty quick. They're like, hey, you know, they were nice about it, but like, yeah, we don't do that. I know you do that, Nissan, don't lie to me. Anyways, we tried. Look, man, I'm so committed to just getting this thing done right. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though this is my first like restoration to this level, I've been learning so much along the way, and I constantly am trying to put those learnings into practice. And with that comes a little bit of time and a lot of effort required, but the end result, honestly, to me, is worth it. It's a feeling of, I guess, satisfaction you get, and although it just takes so much time, but look, I'm just doing this for me, and I'm like, you guys know, man, I'm just trying to build my JDM dream car. So, you know, hopefully I can down the line build some cars like this for other people and provide a service for others, you know, with all the knowledge and skills that I've learned along the process. I mean, guys, I know this thing inside and out to a point where I never even thought I would be seeing parts of the car that I'm seeing ever. So, you know, it's pretty cool. But all right, guys, like I said, it is Thanksgiving today, so I'm not gonna be at the shop for too much longer. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Appreciate you guys all for watching. If you guys stick tuned to the end, let me know as well, man. It's cool to know who stuck around. I'm enjoying the process. I know at times I'm just like, man, I'm over it, but that's kind of all part of it, right? You gotta enjoy the ups, enjoy the downs, because, you know, that's just part of life, you know what I'm saying? So, we're doing good. I think, you know, well, I'm trying to do good, and I appreciate you guys, like I said, for sticking around. But that's going to be it. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your night whenever you guys are watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.